Episode 12 left off with Mary testing her sudden ability to transport through time and space by simply sketching her destination. Seeing her amazing superpower as a divine gift to be somehow used for good, she draws a picture of the Christmas nativity and is instantly transported back thousands of years to the birth of Jesus. There, a young man urges her to enter and announce his fellow shepherds' arrival after being sent by mighty angels to honor the newborn king. As Mary enters, she finds that past the rug hung over the entrance there is still another drape, and on the ground to her right lay two pairs of sandals, a man's and a woman's, tucked neatly against the hewn wall. Mary removes her sandals to place hers beside the others and is suddenly startled by a man's face poking out from behind the inner curtain.
If you are by chance looking for a king, you're at the wrong place, sis. You're not the first to think that the hovering star up there marks this as the spot. It's actually down the way a bit, but I'm heading there now and can take you with me.
Yossi's drum sounds as the shepherds announce their approach, so Mary explains that her friends are on their way in. The unpleasantly fragrant man abruptly steps out, closing the inner curtain behind him as if to prevent Mary from seeing inside. Pushing past her, he blocks the shepherds from entering.
The new king on the block is not here. That star is actually hovering over there. You'll see what I mean when you get there. I'm on my way, but unfortunately I can only take the girl on this tired beast. You guys can follow in our camel's tracks.
The man practically throws Mary onto his beast like a sack of hay. Too busy struggling for a grip before she is able to protest, they are fast on their way as the kind shepherd calls out from behind them,
"Keep the tunic, sister. Let it be your protection."
The camel has covered little more than a stone's throw's distance when Mary looks back to see her shepherd friends speaking with a man who has come out to greet them. Rather than sending them on, she is surprised to see them being invited in. As Yossi begins tapping on his drum, Mary asks her rider to let her off so she can walk back, but he refuses to stop, assuring her,
"They're simply inviting them in for some hospitality and provisions. Don't forget, your friends have all those sheep and will have to take their time getting there."
Is that the reason we're moving so fast? Because it's a long way?
"Well, it's a ways, but don't worry, we'll soon stop for a break."
Wondering the reason for stopping soon, Mary looks up to discover they are moving away from the hovering star, and worse, the landscape is rapidly becoming more desolate. As Mary watches the idyllic landscape morph into a barren desert, her blood runs cold. Has he duped her into isolation that he may have his way with her? In a panic, Mary scans her surroundings for a way of escape. Masking the fear in her voice, she feigns a friendly tone and asks,
Did you tell me your name, sir?
"I don't do names, because everyone in this hellhole is either too formal, too nosy, or both. But since you're stuck on this beast with me, they call me Ham for short."
Is that Ham after the biblical father of the Canaanites? Or is it short for Haman, who sought to destroy the Israelites before being condemned to the very sentence he had tried to inflict upon the innocent Mordecai?
"See what I mean? What business of this is yours, my nosy little time tourist?"
Did you say time tourist?
There you go again. You see the problem with names?
He snorts, pulling off his pigskin of water and throwing it behind them as if to teach Mary a lesson. The strap on the pouch catches Mary's cloak at the very moment a mysterious gust of wind sends them sailing into the air like a flying witch with her satchel. Descending some distance behind them, the cloak entangles itself upon a thorny plant that pierces the pigskin. As its precious contents spill into the hot sand, a vicious, motley beast emerges from the shadows to snatch it away.
What a forsaken place this is!
Mary prays in her trembling heart as she realizes the hopelessness of her situation.
I have no hope but you, Lord. Save me!
As if sensing Mary's prayer, Ham halts his camel so abruptly that Mary is nearly thrown off. He flings himself down and prepares to relieve himself right in front of her. Averting her eyes from the vile man, she tries her best to remain calm as she slides down the camel's other side to make use of the only privacy offered, a 4-foot boulder. As she crouches behind the rock, the man mounts his beast as he taunts her with ominous words.
Be on guard for snakes.
A chill runs up her spine as she scans her hostile surroundings.
Thank you, Mr. Ham. I'll be done in a second. Are we ready to go?
Hoping to hear a yes, as every minute counts when miles from nowhere with no cover or water, she is met instead with her worst nightmare, silence. She holds her breath to listen as the breeze carries forth the sound of a distant trot as the man rides off without her. Disbelieving her ears, she looks up to see a distant dust cloud behind them. What could have possibly possessed the man to abandon her in the desert without water or her cloak? Mary inquires of the Lord as tears fill her eyes.
Lord, are you rescuing me from that foul man, or should I run after him on account of the horrible death I could suffer here as the night approaches? What should I do?
As she is saying this, a familiar voice in the breeze whispers,
Do not go after him yet.
If the voice in the wind is merely Mary's intuition ensuring her odds of survival are better without Ham, then why the word yet? Huddling close to the rock to escape the blazing late afternoon sun, she ponders.
Perhaps the Lord might be pleased to use me as his instrument of wrath upon such men. But whatever it is, I shall simply evaluate my options and trust the Lord to guide me. The shepherds think I'm on way to the city, and will probably remain near the newborn king, honoring him and tending their flock. It's too late to head back and too dangerous in the dark, especially with that hideous animal back there that could make a meal out of me. I may now be dehydrated and faint from the heat, but in a short time I may be freezing to death without that cloak. Should I risk that beast and heat stroke and go looking for it? Have mercy on me, Lord. What should I do?
Scanning her bleak surroundings, a vision of Jesus writing with his finger in the dust comes to mind. So she draws in the sand, but every line is immediately filled with loose, dry sand. She tries to scratch a line into the rock with her nail, but the grainy texture files down her nail, leaving no sign of her efforts. She digs into the sand, hoping to uncover a hard surface beneath, but after abrasing her skin and nails, she finds none. The scorching sun beats down upon her sunburnt skin, so she huddles up to the rock, trying to chip off a shard with which she might etch her drawing. But the rock is too hard. Finally, with what remains of one thumbnail, she tests the underside of her forearm as a palette, where she manages to scratch 3 lines without cutting her skin. But before she can draw her way out of danger, she hears the death rattle of a venomous snake hissing what sounds like,
Surely shall Satan's senseless sister succumb to his serpent-sizzling slumber.
and from behind the rock an angry set of fangs lunges at her neck.